Welcome back to the Blitz on ESPN 97.5. From the Bud Light Studios, here's Fred Fowler and A.J. Hoffman.
And we're back. It's another one of those I'm going to have to wash my hands of. Go ahead and get on the Bud Light Studio cam now, folks, because it's about to happen. It's time. John Lee's going to get it right here in studio, which is probably going to suck for all of us, but that's okay. Yeah. In the interim, while we're preparing for this, for our friends over in Beaumont, we'll take caller number 8 right now. You'll win a 4-pack of tickets to see Three Doors Down this Friday, October 28th at Ford Arena in Beaumont. You can still purchase your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Caller number 8. And there we go. So I guess it's about to happen, huh? Yep. Good luck, John.
You sure you want me to be the sprayer?
Yeah, I don't want any part of it.
You don't want any part of it?
No, there's liability issues here.
What the hell?
No, don't spray him by us, though. That's... Oh, I guess you got to spray him.
Just go stand in front of Kobe.
Yeah.
He's used to taking this.
All right, so now you can see it on the Bud Light studio cam.
All right, here we go.
And we are recording it. We will get it on the page for those of you who can't see it. But
back up closer to Kobe.
Dude, you should close your eyes. Really?
You ready?
Sure.
It's not working.
Oh my.
You got it. Oh. He's dying on us.
You got it in my mouth.
He got it in his mouth. And for those of you not able to watch on the webcam, we're doing our best play-by-play. John Lee is in bad shape. AJ has just blasted him. Hey, wait, we need you to get over to the microphone and tell people. Boy, it does smell, though. Ugh. Oh, boy. And my eyes are watering now, too.
Oh, my God, it burns.
Well, geez. Yeah, you're getting all of us with this stuff. What a fail this is. He can't see, and I can't talk anymore because...
Water.
And we can't go to break because we've got our executive producer unable to do anything.
Hold on, I gotta get this.
Okay, whoops. That's... Watch your language there. That is not good. Okay, this was really an awful idea. And poor Jung is now getting water. And, yeah. Honestly, we've all inhaled a little bit of it. And this is not good.
I don't know what you mean. This is great.
I don't know, man. I can't even breathe. You got enough of it over here?
My eyes are watering, but I don't know if it's from the pepper spray or because I'm laughing.
I think it's a pepper spray. Dude, this is awful. This is awful. You've killed our producer. Wow.
Well, thanks for liking us on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh man, this is I honestly don't know what to do here because I was afraid of this. This is why I wanted to wait till the end of the show. Because if it can't work, then he just screws Carl. But we don't have anybody to run the board. And yeah, you also got Joel who was filming it, and me, and yourself.
Give him some paper towels, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll give him some paper towels. Okay, so. Oh man, he is in bad shape.
Is it like eating a blazing sauce at Buffalo Wild Wings?
He can't even talk, man.
Yeah, Jung, I can't hear you.
Connor says you just shot pepper spray indoors. Ha ha ha, you freaking idiots. Hey, it's not my fault.
There's more, Jung.
I need water.
He needs more water. Okay. I think we're in trouble here.
Oh.
I think we've killed Jung. And wow. This is really exciting radio. He's in bad shape here. And yeah, he's gassed everybody else here. Yes, Spinna says, this is why he loves the show. Total chaos. Yeah. And Great. You got us all. Joel's over there, too. He's got it just as bad.
I got Keegan to run the board.
Yeah, we're going to need to get Keegan, like, right away. Because this is totally gone to hell. Well, for those of you who've never heard the show before, yeah, we do this every day. Somebody gets pepper sprayed. Yeah. God, this stuff is awful, man. You friendly fired me, dude.
It smells kind of bad, but it doesn't. Like, I'm not hurt. Are you hurt by it? Or just a little?
I'm having trouble breathing. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this is an absolute fail.
Do you think you're okay, or you think it's who's worse off?
He's much worse off than me. Come on. No, poor John can't get up. I think you've killed him. Me, I just can't breathe. I can live with that.
God, that's pretty rough. Like, cops spray people with that. I've been tased, but the tasing it hurts for a little while. But
He's not here.
oh, great.
Well,
Well, now we're in trouble.
we need somebody to run the board. Julie, can we get Julie?
Julie's not here.
Julie's not here. Well, the good news is we're not supposed to go to break for like 3 minutes, so hopefully he'll recover.
Don't curse.
Yeah, don't curse because he can't dump.
Yeah.
Watch your language, guys. All right, we have no one in the building.
I think the intern knows how to do it.
Okay. Well,
The
he's gonna
intern
have
knows how to run the board, right, John?
Nice. No, we don't. We're fine.
John,
We'll get it.
The intern knows how to run the board?
A little bit.
Yeah, he'll be
He
fine.
knows a little bit. Come on in here. All right, are you nervous?
A little bit, yeah.
All right. We're good.
Yeah, we're fine. You might want to close the door to the studio, too.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Well, you kind of need to because people are walking by and saying stuff that we're not able to dump right now.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, there you go.
he's getting better. He's up to his hands now.
Crystal says, wow, did you guys just do this in an enclosed area? You all fail at mental gymnastics.
Not me. He did it.
I did it. But I feel fine by it. I mean, I don't feel affected by this. I mean, my eyes are watering a little bit, but I really don't know if it was because I was laughing so hard at first.
No, I inhaled just enough of it where it's, nothing like poor Jong, though.
Jong, talk about the pain. What part is the most intense? Is it the what got in your mouth or the eyes?
Eyes.
What about
I told you to close your eyes. Jeez.
Does it burn your skin at all?
All over my face.
All over his face is burning.
They're saying we need to use milk. We'll go down and get some milk.
Yeah, we'll get some milk. There's got to be
All right.
some milk here.
Send us to break, intern. You can do this.
All right, this will be exciting.
You know how to do it?
Maybe. We'll see how this works out.
Oh, boy. This is going to be a disaster.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see.
It's already a
Jong is the
disaster.
Peyton Manning of our team.
Yeah, I think we're getting called in the office for this one, dude.
That could happen. Yeah.
This,
If you think your lower energy levels and higher cholesterol levels are due to diet and age, think again. That bad mood might not be you becoming a grumpy old.
Okay, so we're back, and this might have been not the smartest thing we've ever done, I have to say.
Not very well planned out.
No. I want to go on record. I did ask what would happen if he couldn't finish the show before you did it, and everyone ignored me.
Yeah.
So
You think it was a bad idea?
I think it was an awful idea.
Well. Damn.
This is probably the dumbest thing. Poor John can't see. He can't breathe. He's got to work the rest of the day.
Jong, is it getting any better? Like, it's not better from the moment of contact? It's worse? Oh, no.
No, this is not good.
We couldn't find any milk, but there was some chocolate cream pie in the fridge.
That didn't work. That was a fail.
And Jong smeared that in his eyes, and then he said it made it worse.
We've, like, ruined the whole place in here, too, because it's still all over the place. Wow.
I don't know why you're laughing, Joel.
You
This
know,
is not a joke.
are we going to have to call a doctor?
I don't know. John, do you want us to call the doctor?
I guess when a guy can't answer, that's probably a yes.
I have no insurance.
Oh. Jeez. Oh, this was really well thought out.
Well,
Could have told us that beforehand.
yeah.
All right, so if anybody has a suggestion on how to get where he can see again.
I do want to credit Jong for keeping, his producer job first. Don't curse. He was very responsible. And, a lot of guys wouldn't have thought about that at the time, like myself. Oh, give him some more water, Joel.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go.
Here's the bright side. I now know, because I have some of this pepper spray, if somebody messes with me.
Oh, that's the real deal.
Yeah. So that's a positive. We'll go with that. I don't really have anything else.
I kind of want to go to the mall and spray a stranger. That's
Oh, man. See, now we got Van Pelt to run. He's not going to be able to do this.
Yeah. We don't know how to play weekend bleepage.
Yeah, so that's kind of out. This is probably the worst fail ever.
Yeah.
Well, I hope the Blitzers were entertained at least.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and admit when I make a mistake. This was not well planned out. This was
That's
not
why
well
I
planned
said
out.
let's wait till Thursday.
Well, to be fair, I didn't realize that it was going to totally decommission him, I didn't see that coming.
Well, people warned us about that. Derek says bucket of lemon juice. Open your eyes underwater for as long as you can. Do that a couple times.
Hi,
It definitely
we're
works.
at work. Where are we going to get lemon juice from?
Well, that's why we should have planned this better. Just saying.
Hey, Joel, can you go downstairs and get some milk from that little market down there?
And lemon juice if they have it.
Yeah, I'll go grab it.
Yeah.
All right.
And a doctor.
Are you interrupting anything? Good. Make some calls. What's up?
Hi.
See.
What's going on?
I think we're in trouble here.
Uh-oh.
You
Yeah.
okay?
No.
Not wise, guys.
Uh,
All
Out.
right.
yeah. We're
Okay, good. Out.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay, so if this was the last Blitz, it was
We've had a fun time.
yeah. That was the boss basically telling us how we're in trouble.
Yeah, that was the boss. That's not good.
The big boss. So, anyhow, it's been a lot of fun doing the show.
Yeah.
Been great working with everybody.
It was good knowing you, Fred.
Yeah. And, boy, that was not good.
That's a fail.
Yeah.
Well, what are we going to do?
Thank all the Blitzers for being Blitzers.
Yes.
Thank John for... He needs his help.
Oh.
Thank John for toughing it out. If I'm John and Anson, I'm probably
Yeah.
clearing my day for tomorrow.
John and Anson are probably moving in.
Yep. So much for that. Anyway.
We've made the mistake.
Yes.
We've been talking about it forever, and no one told us not to do it.
I did. Well, we'll just leave it at that.
Oh, well.
It's a team mistake. We screwed that up across the board.
We have to get better across the board.
Well, I don't think we're going to get the opportunity.
Maybe not.
That's probably the end of it. So,
And we don't know how to play weekend bleepage.
no. So we don't even have weekend bleepage to give you. And, I can't breathe either. God. Okay. So I have nothing left to discuss. You want to
No.
talk about how the Jags are a threat to the Texans again?
No, we should probably end the show because I'm pretty sure the boss wants to talk to us.
Yeah, I think we're in actual real trouble for once.
It's a good possibility.
Yep. So, of course, I don't know if the intern knows how to end
Yeah,
the
do you know how to end the show?
Yeah, really no idea. Yeah.
That's not
Okay.
I
good.
can send it to a commercial, but I don't even think the commercial breaks are set up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is making for a great conclusion.
Yeah.
And,
Like when the boss comes in while you're on the air, you know it's not good.
yeah, I think that's probably the end.
All right. Well, let's send it to Scott Van Pelt.
Yep.
And maybe we'll see you tomorrow.
I'm going to say, since it's one of the odds Wednesday, 0.0.
0.0, really?
Yeah. I know that look from a boss. That's, thanks for playing, guys.
Okay.
So hopefully I'm guessing you'll have Wetzling and Anson tomorrow.
Okay.
So that would be my guess. Or somebody. You'll get more Van Pelt or something.
All right. Send us to break, intern.
Do the best you can.
All right.
The analyst for brilliant energy. I cannot emphasize enough that now, literally right now.
And there it was.
Yeah, that's it.
The whole bit about there's just so much to weigh in on from this.
Things I regret. Making Kubiak jokes while John was writhing in pain on the floor.
Yeah. The other one I regret is basically reading Facebook and Twitter just like I do every day on the show while Jong is writhing in pain on the floor.
That's about it, though.
Being more
that's about it.
And probably being more concerned that we were going to get fired than I was about poor Jong on the floor at the end of the show.
Not having lemon juice on hand, also a slight regret. But yeah, everything else I'm okay with.
Yeah, and I think the worst part is that he was on, and we'll try to get the video. It's really hard to tell what's going on in the video because the guy who was taking it also got pepper spray on him, and then we had him running errands like go get milk, go get a doctor, stuff like that. The best part happened afterwards, I think, and
which, by the way, it became even more clear after the spray was done is when Fred really distanced himself from the whole situation. I'm sure Jong didn't notice at the time because I didn't really notice it at the time. But when I heard it back the next day when I had to sit in the office and listen to it, I was like, wow, Fred really kind of threw me under the bus here. Yeah, it was violently thrown under the bus I was that day.
Well, this was not my idea.
Yeah, and then it's like, yeah, we've been planning this for weeks. No one told us not to do it. And you're like, I did.
Well, I did. But you know what? I will say for the record, I tried to take the bullet for everybody, too, when it came down to it. So
I wish you would have told me that because I tried to take the bullet for everybody, too. Well, I'd known you had already taken the bullet, I would have just said, yeah, this was totally on Fred.
Yeah, well, that's what you should have done. But you know what? There's a lot to respond. I want to get Jong's reaction because, and we'll get to some of your ATX Hobo Girl. The bright side revealed that the intern program needed review.
That's right.
Yeah, there were some positives to this.
Why did Jong sound like he was making love?
It did. It sounded like a couple people mentioned it sounded like Asian porn.
Jong's agony is like a lot of people's sexual pleasure. It's very interesting.
You know, the added funny part about this is at the beginning when I'm giving away the tickets to the show in Beaumont, a bunch of idiots called in here trying to win it now after I just said this whole thing's recorded.
That part is not surprising to me.
All right, there's a lot to react to from this. We're going to do it when we get back. 713-780-ESP is your number, and if you missed the last 20 minutes, you missed the best radio in the history of the city. It's every bit as funny as I remember it. William wants to know, why does Jong not have insurance? He does have insurance now, guys.
Now he does.
Now that he's...
At the time, he was a part-time employee.
Yeah, he's assistant program director now. He's a big noise. It is kind of funny that all the people involved in that, we got promoted, Jong got promoted, and we were all worried about getting fired the next day. Jong, after hearing it, was it everything you remembered?
That was actually, if that wasn't me, I was in here laughing. So it did burn a little bit listening to it second time around because I kind of relived the whole thing. But
are your eyes watering?
A little bit, but me and Dave was in here listening to it with me, and he was cracking up, and I was cracking up.
What was your favorite part, Joe?
My favorite part, I think you were being kind of an a-hole while I was on the ground. I found that actually really funny.
I thought, and Liebeshock pointed it out, a hidden gem is the fact that I couldn't find any milk. So I went in the fridge, and somebody had,
cheesecake or something, right?
It was a piece of chocolate cream pie that someone had brought for their lunch or something. We heard they're probably disappointed they didn't get to eat that pie, because I just picked up the piece of pie with my hand and, shoved it into Jong's eye. thinking, oh, this is close to milk. We don't have any milk. This is like the next closest thing. It's better than, coffee. And then John going, oh, that just makes it worse. And then I'm like, oh, well, I'm not a doctor. I don't know what to do.
What was your favorite part? Was that it?
I think my favorite part is the fact that you basically threw me under the bus and totally distanced yourself from me and acted like you didn't even know me. I mean, you were totally like out on the whole situation, especially after it happened. You're like, I told you this was a terrible idea. You should have never done this.
It wasn't quite that bad, but it was close. But I did tell you it was a bad idea. However, I want to go on. I want it noted that as soon as I thought we were both fired, which my favorite part was when she came in. And
not wise, guys, is probably that's pretty solid.
And the glare on her face at that time, because she was always really nice to us and liked us and everything.
And she's hot.
Yeah, and that look on her face was like, oh, you guys are so freaking fired.
It was like when your dad, he's not mad, he's disappointed. It was one of those, which is way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Not wise, guys.
I also like the part, and I think this should become a drop, when Jong says, "You got it in my mouth." I thought that was pretty strong, too.
Yeah, that was a good one. That I don't have health insurance is a great line.
By the way,
I
hope we've learned our lesson now, and all interns are prepared to run the board in a situation like this. Should the situation arise again, I'd like to think that the interns are now ready to go. Should Jong be pepper sprayed in the face?
One of the best things is what happened afterwards, and Dave Tepper's in with us now because obviously he kind of got blindsided. You were out at an event with Ben Tate, right? And you didn't even know about this, and started getting phone calls.
Yeah, and on the tape they're listening back. And AJ's like, we've been saying we're doing this for weeks. It's like, even when you guys decided to feed Fred crow, we talked about it. Like, on radio, there's crap you talk about, and then there's stuff you actually sit down and go, all right, can we do this or not? And that step was, you guys have talked about doing a lot of dumb crap on the air before. If we had to pull you in for every one of those things, God knows how many meetings we'd have had. So, yeah, that was it was a perfect storm because Keegan was out.
Julie was out.
Julie was out of town. And yes, Fred, I was over here at the Galleria doing one of these,
cell phone plays or something.
Yeah, doing something with Ben Tate, I did not realize that this was being executed at the time. I got quite a frantic phone call from Steve Robinson, who was the program director of 103.7 at the time, asking if I knew what was going on. And I said, nope. And he said, you better get back here. And I said, okay.
Well, another funny thing is, yes, we did have to sit in our boss's office and listen back awkwardly. And
not act like we were upset about it.
Yeah, like now we can listen back and laugh because there's a lot of funny things that happened that day.
Not wise, guys.
But the day that it happened, we could not laugh at what was going on.
Out of my mouth.
We couldn't laugh at that. We couldn't laugh at the fact that I shoved a chocolate cream pie in Jong's face to try to soothe his burning.
I had no idea what that was, by the way. You just like, take this. I rubbed it on my face.
Oh, when the EMTs showed up, Jong's face is just smeared with chocolate cream pie.
My face was all white.
That's a little-known fact about this. And the EMTs were like, what the hell, what did you guys do? And we didn't have milk, so we put chocolate cream pie on his face. And they, of course, rightfully so, they looked at me like an idiot. But yeah, we had to sit in our boss's office, the general manager, and basically listen to this entire audio.
And act very upset about it.
And then, is there anything you'd like to say? And what do you really say? Because I couldn't come up with anything to say on the air at that time. I definitely couldn't come up with anything to say to my boss. That was an interesting time.
The best part was Dave sitting in there with us, and he had to look just as serious, and I knew he was trying not to laugh just like we were. And he was trying to look all serious about it.
Well, like from a listener standpoint, I love that kind of stuff. I mean, it's so funny. I mean, it was a very jackass moment on the radio where it's like there is a dude being tortured, and for some reason it's hilarious. But yet, from a management standpoint, I understood where Don was coming from a liability standpoint, and I'm going, oh, shame on me. I can't walk out of this place for a half hour to do a stupid appearance someplace without these knuckleheads deciding, screw it, let's just shoot pepper spray everywhere. I mean, it was a tough thing because from a radio standpoint, it's absolutely hilarious, but yeah, it was not a good situation.
What was the conversation like when it came down to discussing our punishment between you and the boss?
Well, I mean, there was a wide scope of possibilities there, from doing nothing to a short suspension to a long suspension to firing you guys. You know, I mean, all of those.
What was her initial plan? What did she want to do?
Well, nobody wanted to fire you guys. You know, I mean.
Well, that's good.
You know, you guys, the Blitz is a hit show. You know, and at the time it was a hit show. So those aren't easy to find. Those aren't easy to put together. So she didn't want to go there, but she was getting pressure. I was having to take calls from Atlanta, where Cumulus is based. That's where the big bosses are at. You know, and you know, we just had to make it clear that these are good guys that do really good radio that made a bad mistake, but it's understandable that something here has to be done.
Right.
I mean, you can't just let these guys go back on the air and all of a sudden act like this is all right. So then it was discussed as to what the length of that suspension should be, because even in Atlanta, they recognized the value of y'all's show. So it became, how long are we going to keep these guys off the air? I mean, if there's even a message here to be sent, I mean, who knows? I mean, in the moment, you guys were like, what if we... That's the best part to me, is Fred. It goes from, oh, this is funny. Jong is truly melting like a witch. He is melting away. This is kind of funny, to this is bad news.
Yeah.
And Fred's tone of voice...
Oh, Fred changed completely.
Completely.
It was like I didn't even know the man that I was standing next to. He was just like, you know, this was a mistake we made. And I was like, who the hell are you? I was still laughing. And Fred was like, oh, this was a terrible idea. A terrible idea.
Well, the extremes of Fred backing away and AJ just being the biggest a-hole. I mean, just laughing and laughing as you hear Jong just groaning in the background.
Two things happened afterward that were just beyond awesome. And first of them, obviously they call 911. The EMTs come out. At first, this old cop shows up and he's just, oh, it's just a radio bit. I'm out of here. So he didn't. I guess whenever you call 911 for something like that, the police have to come out.
Right.
Well, so we thought we were, cool with the cops, and then two more show up, and they start.
It was like a SWAT team or something. I mean, it was crazy.
And they start asking Jong what happened, and does he want to press charges against us? And we're like, whoa, wait a minute, we're the ones putting pie on his face. We're trying to help him out. And he's like, no, I don't want to press charges, because he was still a mess. And then my other favorite part was when you guys called us in to suspend us. And you told us it was one day, and I was like, oh, come on, now this is a Wednesday. Go ahead and suspend us for the rest of the week. Let's build it up. Let's do something with this. Let's make it, let's have people wonder if we're coming back or not. Like, no, we can't have you off the air that long. So,
we had live reads to do and things like that.
I'm like, okay. That, and the next day, poor Dave and Carl are just getting killed. Carl did the show, and, Dave's getting killed, Carl's getting killed. I'm sitting over at Nick's getting drunk.
Yeah, that's why I didn't really, from a promotional standpoint, it would have been great to extend it a bit. But selfishly, I didn't want you two knuckleheads to get a full vacation out of this. I mean, Jong's back at work. Carl's like, you know what? I'll go and I'll fill in. And your listeners are so angry. They're angry at me. They're angry at Carl for sitting there.
Yeah. And back in those days, especially,
like
you could not
jokers
have a fill-in for us. It was not no one was good enough to fill in for us, and whoever it was just treated like a total a-hole. And so no one wanted to fill in our shift. That was awful.
And, well, the worst part was, as at the end, when I'm coming to the realization that we probably are going to get fired for this, I had just given my notice at the college a week before that I wasn't going to be teaching beyond the end of that semester. I was like, I wonder if I can go back and fix that.
Well, I remember, Jong, you guys, we had a meeting with you, Donna, myself, and you guys. And then we had to have our meeting with Jong, where she literally had to look him in the eye and give him every opportunity to basically press charges on you guys. And I didn't know behind your backs if he was going to completely break.
Oh, imagine if he had. But you know what? I didn't want to say it in front of those guys.
You remember that, Jong?
But they need to go.
Yeah.
They need to go.
And it never crossed your mind, even there without Fred and AJ in there.
I think she was very, very afraid that I was going to sue.
Yeah.
She had this feared look on her face.
Jong's a made guy. He's not going to break under question.
And then I guess when I never told you guys this, but at that time I was rooming with like a lawyer. He's a lawyer. He gets home. He goes, I heard what happened. Are you okay? And whatnot. And he goes, you need to sue. I go, I don't think I'm going to sue. He goes, well, I guess if you like working there, but man, if you have any like reservations of working there within the next 5 years, you can sue as much as you want for that incident, because that's a I guess a danger and the hazard in the workplace kind of thing, and you can sue up to 5 years. And I go, that's good to know.
That's good to know in case they do decide to fire you. Although now that company, we don't work for them anymore, so now might be the time to sue them, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, and not only that, all the stuff that we had beforehand of you saying you wanted to do it probably doesn't exist anymore. We're lucky that this footage still exists.
Well, he was telling me that it doesn't matter if I agree to it or not. I could still sue.
Interesting.
Good luck with that in front of a jury, especially when they call us in to testify. So, yeah, it's the same guy that dressed up as a cheerleader. So,
well, I'm glad that it was enjoyable for the radio listeners more than anything. I'm sorry, Jong. I eventually started to regret spraying you with the spray, even though I knew that it was great radio at the time. But I'm sorry it hurt your eyes, although I knew it was going to hurt your eyes. I'll be honest. I knew it was going to hurt him. I didn't know it was going to be that damaging. I pictured it being more like a taser situation.
Yeah.
But I think the difference is, like, what I was thinking was, I was picturing it coming out like this, like a
mist,
like a
right?
cloud coming out. But instead, it was like squeezing a ketchup bottle really fast, and like a straight stream of this red juice that it's like spraying all over his face. So what I expected to come out of the can was totally different than what came out. So instead of being like a mist that just kind of affected him a little bit, it was like a direct line into his eyeball and
mouth and nose.
Oh, everywhere. And I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna hurt more than what I was expecting, because we didn't test the can. We didn't like do a test run on the pepper spray. I'm so glad in hindsight that I was checking like the pepper content, because I didn't want to get the worst, the highest content. So I like went through and found one that was less than the others. Had I just used the first one I grabbed, this could have been worse than it even was. As difficult as that is to imagine, it could have hurt you more, Jong.
I think not the best part, but one of the best parts was you were shaking it. You tried to fire it the first time, and it like jammed or logged up on you, and you looked at it, you're like, huh.
Oh, yeah.
That's like fear. Because like I was waiting for it, and then it I guess like logged up or something, and then the second time I kind of expecting it to not work again just got me right in the face.
Yeah, I mean it's like if you were on the firing line and I tried to shoot you with the gun and you just hear a click and there's no bullet, you're like, oh. you kind of relax for a second, and then the next thing you know, there's pepper spray in your eyes. That was
Well, I'll just say that at no point did we realize it was going to be as bad as it was, and if we knew that, there was no way in hell we would have done that to Jong.
Well, I'm sorry. I apologize for not pretending like it wasn't funny, because I know that's what the bosses were expecting me to do when I was in that office, and I probably should have done that on the radio, but at the time it was just too damn funny for me to pretend like it wasn't.
It was funny. There's no way around it, but. In retrospect, if we had known it was going to have that kind of impact, no, we wouldn't have done it. But then again, that's what made it such great radio, is because everything just kept going more and more wrong. And once we get the not wise guys, we're like, oh boy, did we bleep up this time.
Are we allowed or not allowed to ever do something like that again? That's what I need to know.
We just
we'll play it by ear.
It's case by case.
Okay.
Well, see, we did this the right way. We actually called in Mr. Gow when I was filling in for Jerome last week with Dave. We called in Mr. Gow and got permission from him to replay this. So, I fear that's what we have to do in the future, is we have to actually go through channels and get permission before we do something stupid, which I'm okay with, because most of the time they're going to say, yeah, go ahead. That sounds good.
Jong, any regrets now that you hear this great audio?
The only regret I have is that we didn't get to make it onto like Deadspin or anything like that.
Yeah. Do you also wish we would have had milk or lemon juice?
Oh, we did have milk.
Eventually,
afterwards.
we got milk.
Well,
Yeah,
it didn't help.
Now, to be fair, we may yet make it onto Deadspin now because it's out there. I think people might run with it now, but at the time we weren't allowed to do anything. That was the other thing that was kind of scary, was we were told if it leaked out, we would get fired. And I was trying to figure out a way to get it out, because I'm thinking about the marketing aspects of this, okay? It's like, yeah, we messed up. It was an awful thing. Now let's get ratings out of it. That's what I was thinking. So.
No, it brought a lot of attention. I mean, there's no question. But I do remember, I had blitzers calling my office, threatening if the blitz does not come back, my life. Like, you guys have no idea. So.
Like, I did feel bad because I obviously felt bad for John, but I felt bad for Dave because he had to take all this heat for us.
Well, I love this kind of stuff.
I know.
This was this was, like, as you said multiple times, this was not good.
Yeah, this is not good, guys. This is not good.
But and I felt for Carl that day because he was just getting destroyed so bad he had to have his friends call in and talk about how great he was. And it's like, y'all leave Carl alone, man. He's helping us out.
He was helping you guys out.
And I was having a few drinks. I was just enjoying life that day.
Oh, you sons of bees. I won't regret. I will not forget that.
Well, what else was I supposed to do? I didn't have to teach that day. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to.
Oh, I know. Listen, you guys earned it one way or the other.
But, yeah, that was it was a lot of fun, and we appreciate the opportunity to actually get to air it again. I want to thank you for that and Mr. Gow for that, because that's been in the archives for a long time now. I didn't realize that happened in October.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a couple of years old, but that's a big, that's a big moment in our short 97.5 history that I'm glad Mr. Gow has allowed us to release to the listeners. They deserve an opportunity to hear something as historic as that.
And I do appreciate Cumulus for not firing us, but it is nice being over here and actually having people that will, that respond to things like that and let us do them. So now we'll have to think of something else. We'll have to come up with something even bigger and better.
And now people are asking for the audio. Well,
guys, we gave you a week. I don't
we
know
had
what else
promos running and everything. I don't know what else we could have done to prepare people for this, but
what do you mean? You just played it? Like, They want you to post it?
No, I guess they want us to post the audio again somewhere.
I don't know. It was hard enough getting this on the air, guys, and we gave you a week. We've been talking about it all week. We promoted it all week. I'm sorry if you missed it. There's not much we can do about it.
Yeah.
Welcome back to The Blitz on ESPN 97.5, presented by Sirius Cigars. Visit SiriusCigars.com for all your cigar needs. Live from the McCree Ford Studios, here's Fred Fowler and A.J. Hoffman.
And we are back on The Blitz. If you want to get in, 713-780-ESPN, 713-780-3776. And, I do want to go on record as saying that was really stupid, but all we've ever tried to do is push things to the point of being entertaining. And I think this is one of those times where we got a little carried away trying to make great radio. In retrospect, we did, but it was also a little too far. But you know what? That's the show. That's always going to be the show. Every now and then we're going to do something that's over the top that we probably shouldn't have done.
Frederick asked if we paid Jong's bill. No, the company did.
Yeah, the company had to pay for that. They probably took it out of our money. From
our suspension.
Yeah, from our one day off.
Well, plus they said, the EMT said you can't really do anything but flush water into your eyes and just wait.
Yeah, and the EMTs were also like, we got to start listening to this show. And a couple things from Twitter. Billy says, so glad our store sponsors a show. That was the best radio ever. Well played, gentlemen. I applaud you.
Who was that?
Billy, he's with Serious Cigars. I think he's at the JFK store. I'm going to try to get up there this week, by the way, Billy. I'll come say hello. Jesse says the best part was when it was over, people calling from Beaumont about tickets. That was at the beginning because I gave the tickets away right at the start. And I just said it's a recording, and the phones start lighting up. People thinking that, and I even said the date. It was like October 25th. Thanks for paying attention. Half people don't do that when they're on the phone.
No.
They'll call in for anything. Remember the time we tried to give away syphilis?
Yes.
Trent says, so glad you guys made it through and are still on so we could hear that again. Sorry, Jong. See, Jong's a trooper, though, because it obviously was a complete disaster, but he handled it like a pro. And I did love the fact that he's on the ground, totally incapacitated, screaming, don't cuss, still trying to be the producer. The not wise guys is still, that's always going to be there. And, we're not going to podcast that yet. We'll see how it goes, but who knows? Maybe Deadspin or somebody will post it.
Not wise, guys.
That was about as angry a look as I've ever seen from somebody.
I think that's the only time she's been that angry at us.
No, because she was always great with us. I loved working with her. She was fantastic. Always great, but yeah, that time, not so much. All right, so I am actually going to give something away this time. Okay? This is for real.
This isn't a trick?
This isn't a recording.
Okay.
Like, there's people that think we staged that whole thing that it never really happened. It's like, yeah, it did. I promise you.
Yes, it did.
There are EMTs and police out there who can attest to it.
There's not a lot of things we do stage. If you think about it. The crow was real. That pepper spray incident was real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The crow thing was in retrospect.
Now, here's another question.
Yeah.
Hal brings this up. He says, awesome segment. I think if Fred was on the air for another 5 or 10 minutes after he concluded he was getting fired, he would finally join AJ in enjoying the moment as much as possible. Had you known we were not going to get fired, would you have been laughing?
I was laughing.
Okay.
I was. The only time I stopped was when she came in there and yelled at us. I'm like, uh-oh. That
not wise.
Yeah.
Guys.
Not
that
wise.
Wasn't good. And then I was more worried. And then the more I thought about it, there were some other reasons why I wasn't too worried about us getting fired. But I was more worried about John, to be honest, because he was in absolute agony and nothing we were doing was working. And when the EMTs got there and flushed his eyes out, he was fine. But that was where I was really upset because he was in bad shape. And I was starting to realize, oh, man, we might have hurt this guy bad.
Well, I mean, they didn't even help. They were just like, we can't do anything. They gave me a bottle of saline
and told
solution.
You to go flush your eyes, right?
Yeah, and AJ helped me back to the restroom, and I just stood there for a couple of minutes just flushing my eyes out. And finally, after like an hour later, I opened my eyes, and it hurt.
And then the best part is we're walking out after we've been chewed out, and there's Jong back in there running the board when we've called Abel in to
soldier.
do it. And he's like, no, I got this. I'm okay. And like, Dave's, no, you're not. Go home. All right, we're actually going to give this away. You're going to come join me from 8 until 10 o'clock Friday night with a 4-pack of admission tickets to Sam Houston Race Park plus access to the ESPN section with complimentary buffet. This Friday, April 19th, live quarter horse racing, and it's 50-cent beer and $1.50 wine night. And Charlie Robeson will perform live to wrap up the night. John, you get to pick the caller because you're the man of the day. Caller number. You've already got 2 on now, so.
Okay.
Add 2 more onto it.
Man, I don't. Oh, let's do caller number 12 since it was happened last year, right? No,
it happened in
2011. Caller 11.
Caller 11. You win the 4-pack. We'll see you out at Sam Houston on Friday night. That'll be awesome. Dwayne says Elephant Woman is next. Elephant Woman is. We did that inside a year ago. We did it last year in Beaumont at the draft, so has to be
Patience.
a year later.
Patience, my boys.
Victor wants to know what happened. I haven't listened all day. Been too busy at work. Tell me what happened. My wife doesn't even listen to y'all, and y'all have her on the edge of her seat listening right now.
Man, nobody listening today, huh?
God,
we promoted the hell out of this.
We did. I tried to make sure I put it out on Twitter and Facebook several times today that we were replaying the pepper spray incident. And we promoted it all week, so I can't really – I don't know what to tell you. If you just tuned in, I'm sorry. You missed it. We can't replay it. It was great, though. Boy, did you miss great radio.
Sorry, guys.
That's you know what? If that winds up being my legacy in radio, like the one thing that we did that stands out, I'll take that. That's pretty damn good. I guess I can retire now. Maybe not. We got to think of some way to top that without the pain and suffering. So
no, it's better with the pain and suffering. We need that
because you can't top it otherwise.
Yeah, that's true. Lamont said, what radio thinks is awesome and what fans thinks is awesome. Wow, poor Jong Smash on the floor moaning is bleeping awesome.
Yeah, Jong's noises are pretty interesting, I do have to say.
Yeah, I think we...
something like that.
Yeah, it did sound like porn.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah. Get down, Jong.
Oh, man. Well, the thing was when we couldn't go to break, and I didn't know what to say, and it was just the perfect chaos.
The mics were left open.
Yeah.
And I'm looking in the background. I'm like,
don't curse.
The mics are still on.
Turn the mics off.
And actually, the one thing that would have gotten us in big trouble because of FCC stuff, is because we're licensed. If AJ or I had said that word, we would have been in deep.
Yeah.
But fortunately, it was the ad guy who was in there, Joel, who said it.
I didn't know there were 2 expletives.
Yeah, that was both Joel. Neither one.
Oh, that was
us.
both him?
Yeah, neither one of us said anything. No, one was Joel and one was somebody walking by outside.
They smelled it.
Yeah, which is why I had to. I said shut the door. But yeah, that would have been the thing that got us in the most trouble is if one of us had said that and it hadn't gotten dumped. So. Yeah. Dwayne says, Elephant Woman, carrot cake, or pepper spray, the reason the Blitz is number 1. Those are, to be fair, those are kind of our gold standards. That's our home runs. That's the best we got. But the best part is you never know when these things are going to happen either. We can always top it at some point.
We hope.
Yeah. But, man, my Twitter and Facebook book is
I'm
totally
the same
blown
way.
up here. I can't even keep track of what
You'd think we did that today.
I know. We really tried to make sure people knew this was a replay. We touted it all week. I don't know what else we can do. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And if that's your first experience with the show, please come back.
There you go.
We think you will. You think you'll find that it's a different kind of show. And look, we do a lot of sports. We always get accused of not doing enough sports. We do at least.
That was sports.
It was sporting.
That's right.
We do at least 75% sports, and you know what? We do as much sports as anybody does. The difference is we do a lot of different things that, we talk a lot of different stuff that's out there, and I just think we make it more entertaining than other people do, and that's why you guys seem to think we don't talk enough sports.
Well, ironically, I think coming up next we've got Weekend Bleepage.
Yeah, that'll be great. Is there going to be some of that in Weekend Bleepage, John?
No.
Oh, come on. No. You need to go through on the break and find a couple of things of yourself that would make...
I think you probably can.
I think you could.
At least a couple of things.
Put it in bleepage. So...
let me see what I can do. Hold on. Oh, this is going to take too long. We don't have enough time.
Maybe
right,
next week.
Fine.
Maybe next week.
You can include it in next week's. All right. What do we have here? Anything?